Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd love to do today is go through a book, and the book that I've selected for this episode on this occasion is entitled The Hanging Garden, a book that was published on the 2nd of April 2012 by an author named Ian Rankin. This book is the 9th book in the Inspector Rebus series. It intertwines multiple investigations and personal challenges as Detective John Rebus navigates the murky waters of organised crime, human trafficking, and a war criminal's past, all while grappling with a personal vendetta against him. This gripping crime novel offers insights into morality, justice, and resilience. So let's see what we can learn, what we can glean, what we can take from this novel and help us navigate our own worldview and hopefully create some stepping stones and some knowledge, wisdom, and potential power for us to use in our lives as well. So the first key message to come from this book is where the author introduces us to the concept of justice and its complexity. Rebus's investigations reveal that justice is rarely straightforward, often complicated by personal biases, legal loopholes, and the influence of power. No truer words have ever been said, especially to those who are looking for justice and feel that they have been undermined and let down. The author also reminds us that the past always lingers. Themes of history and accountability run throughout the story, especially regarding the war criminal Dragan Todorovic, showing how the past can haunt individuals and societies for a lot longer than what they were kind of hoping for. The past always lingers, and for that reason it's important to manage and protect your reputation as best you can, because as we've learnt from this book, pasts always seem to linger on and continue. The other thing that the author talks about is that morality can be grey, can be very, very grey, and Rebus frequently operates in moral grey areas, highlighting that sometimes doing the right thing requires the bending of the rules or making some very uncomfortable choices. Crime is a web of power and vulnerability, and this novel explores human trafficking, organised crime, and systemic exploitation, emphasising the intricate and often hidden networks behind illegal activities. But in order to solve complex problems, persistence is the key. So a key learning from this book is once again that persistence is the key in order to solve complex and difficult problems. Rebus's dogged determination is central to his character, showing that perseverance, even in the face of severe and troubling obstacles, is critical in seeking the truth and the source of the problem. We move on to talk about how personal and professional lives often collide. Rebus's struggles with his daughter's accident and his professional responsibilities illustrate how personal challenges can impact work and vice versa. It's interesting to note that other people's problems end up becoming our own problems, and for that very reason we need to be able to manage and balance as best that we can our professional and personal lives to try and minimise the impact that one has on the other. Easier said than done, but something to keep note of and to understand that if you don't try and manage one or the other, they blend together and turn into a tsunami of challenges. People's behaviour is often influenced by some sort of trauma that they've had throughout their lives. Many characters in this novel, including victims and criminals, happen to be shaped by some traumatic experience or experiences that occurred in their lives during their formative years, which underscores the psychological impact of violence and hardship. As my wife often says, we need to build a moat around our sanity. Else, as we said before, other people's problems, other people's mess ends up becoming our mess in our lives. Power and how power corrupts is another theme to come from this book, and from organised crime figures to those in positions of authority. This book reveals how power can lead to corruption, manipulation, and moral compromise. Resilience can be found amongst chaos. Despite personal and professional turmoil, Rebus demonstrates resilience and an unwavering commitment to uncovering the truth. So regardless of the challenges one faces or the impact, the chaotic impact of various influences in one's life, it's important to note that you can build resilience and power forward as long as you maintain the focus and just stick to your game plan. And the last message to come from this book is where we look at the search for redemption and how universal it is, whether through Rebus's actions or the war criminal's narrative. The book examines the human need for redemption and whether it can ever truly be achieved. This book, The Hanging Garden, is a masterfully woven tale of crime, justice, and human complexity. where it challenges readers to think critically about the nature of morality, the consequences of choices, and the shadows cast by both personal and societal histories. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club, and I look forward to coming to you again from another place and another message of empowerment. Yassas, take care, and bye for now.